Welcome back to Arcanum, where this place sucks way more than Kintara does. And nobody seems to be stopping me, so I'm just gonna go in here. I mean, this is pretty cool, but I don't know what I'm looking at, and I don't know how I'm able to get in here and why I'm able to just walk into this guarded area. But I suppose we should talk to this person and find out what's going on.
When my guards informed me a foot soldier of the Malokian Hand was here to see me, I couldn't guess what you could possibly have to speak with me about.
Interesting. So it seems like these are two entirely separate trains of inquiry. I assume I can do both. Let's do this one first because I feel like it'll clean up the easiest. I've come to report on the search for the Bloom Crash survivor.
Judging from the Hand's famed reputation, I assume you were here to tell me that the survivor has been located and eliminated.
Huh. Well, this is an interesting variety of responses. I kind of want to see all of these. I am the survivor. Why are you trying to kill me?
Ah, the blimp survivor. I must say, I admire your courage, walking into the lion's den, as it were. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you everything, as you will be dead in a few minutes regardless. What would you like to know before you die?
Where in the name of all the gods are those damned dwarves?
The Black Mountain clan were banished to the Void to construct a technological gate to weaken the wards separating our world from the Void. When they are finished, Aranax will make his triumphant return and set this world right.
Using baits in your scheme was a stroke of genius.
After all those years of trying to concoct a plausible excuse to banish a group of dwarves, that young fool stumbles in there and walks away with their cherished technology. Aranax himself couldn't have dreamed up a better scenario.
This all seems very sudden. Also, she's talking about the Void and being banished to the Void. Did we address that they were banished to the Void before? Have we really even addressed the Void other than in, like, cursory conversation, possibly with, what's-her-face? The old lady in the equivalent room in Kintara? Stenar's escape could have seriously compromised your plans.
We knew Stenar would try to contact Bates. And Bates has enough wealth and power to make problems for us.
Blowing up.
He could possibly have even purchased himself enough mages to shore up the wards for years to come.
Why hasn't Aranax returned? Stenar made it through.
Stenar had absolutely no magical
There's some
aptitude.
clipping on this audio, which is
He
not
was
great.
able to slip through the smallest opening without any danger to himself. If someone of Aranax's magical power were to attempt to come through before the rift was big enough, it would be an excruciating death, to say the least.
Oh. Maybe I'm dumb and didn't connect the dots there, but so what they're saying, just in case you are even slower than I am, is that Stenar was one of the banished dwarves who shaved himself, then went through some sort of portal to escape banishment to the Void, got into Roseburg, then took the he was trying to get to Tarant, presumably to tell someone about it, and they followed up by tracking him down and killing him by blowing up the Zephyr, in the hopes that he would never get the chance to tell his story.
If you mean going to meet your maker, you are correct. It is time for you to die.
You first. So that was Mingarad. Well, that was pretty easy, all things considered. Here, you carry some stuff for a bit. There's a note. Mingarad, what was Mingarad wearing? Oh, Mingarad doesn't have anything anymore, I guess. Okay, before we read that note, I'm going to save, then go back and see how else this can be handled. Because that seemed like the most direct route to address everything, but perhaps not necessarily the most beneficial, or at least not with the most content. So.
When my guards informed, judging from the hand's famed reputation, I assume you were here to tell me that the survivor has been located and eliminated.
Let's go with this one. Not exactly. The Panari have become involved.
Involved? In what way?
They believe he is the fulfillment of some prophecy.
I don't think we need to worry about the Panari. They are harmless.
How can you be sure? I think they've hidden him from us.
I think you are searching for anything to excuse the hand's inability to locate the survivor.
We're more effective when we are given all necessary information.
And just what do you think we are keeping from you?
There's some link between the BMC banishment and the survivor.
What could a possible link have to do with finding and eliminating the survivor?
Do not presume to understand how the hand operates.
Your attitude troubles me. We have dealt openly and fairly with you, and you come in here demanding needless information and insulting my intelligence.
Fine, let's ride this one out. It's my presence here. It's my presence that troubles you. I see the lust in your eyes.
You had best leave my presence before I gouge your eyes out, you shiftless scum.
You can't deny your true feelings.
Your death will be slow and painful for mocking me.
It was at least good for a laugh. Does raise the question of, if you just go that way, then, I mean, how does that work? What do you do from here? Since you destroyed some version of the source of your information. Yeah, because here, this is the last save, because that's the update with the new information. So, let's see. Let's play this a little less antagonistically and see how it turns out. Let's just save in here. I guess that didn't take a load, so it's fine.
When my guards judging from the hand's famed reputation, I assume you were here to tell me that the survivor involved.
Let's see.
I don't think we need. I think you are searching for anything to excuse the hand's inability to locate. And just what do you think? What could a possible link have to do with finding and eliminating the survivor?
You need to understand our prey's mind to predict his actions.
The only link between them would be information that the escaped dwarf passed to the survivor. We don't believe they had any knowledge of each other before they boarded the blimp.
What is the nature of the information passed between them?
We cannot be sure, obviously, but we assume it has something to do with why the dwarves were banished to the void. Sadly, Stenar, the dwarf from the blimp, was one of the most skilled engineers. His loss set our timetable back a fair amount.
Yeah, again, this is a much more interesting part of the dialogue tree, but it's also... it's looping back on itself a little bit. Why were the dwarves banished to the void?
All you need to know is that they were part of a greater plan that we have set in motion. After all those years of trying to concoct what did he expect? He has them constructing a technological gate to weaken the ward so he can re-enter this realm, and he's surprised when one of them escapes through it?
Is that what she said the last time? Did she actually say that Aranax was there before?
Stenar had absolutely no magical aptitude.
Huh. Alright. Let's try this another way. Although the clipping on her voice lines is really starting to hurt my ears. I get that a lot of these games, like, they had to fit on a CD, so you crush the quality of your audio. This is not exactly unique for the time, but still, there's no reason you can't crush the quality and still not clip. That's just sloppy work from somebody who didn't check.
When my guards informed, judging from the hand's famed reputation, I assume you were here to tell me that the survivor has been located and eliminated.
That is correct. I completed the assignment myself.
Wonderful. I assume you are here to collect the payment. Here is the agreed upon amount.
I'm also here to collect more information for the hand.
Why is the hand interested in our affairs?
It has become our affair. The survivor killed several of the hand.
Very well. What information are you seeking?
Huh. Again, this doesn't quite make sense. Especially with her attitude. Really seems like she should just say, we paid you to do a job. It's your fault for having it's your fault for having casualties. Those guys were clearly incompetent. Fuck off out of my house. I assume this is all going to be repeats, but...
The only link between them would be information that the escaped... The Malokian hand should have no concern for the whereabouts of a few measly dwarves.
I think the survivor was attempting to contact them.
That would be an impossible task for someone of his limited resources. You will learn nothing from this line of inquiry. We cannot be sure, obviously, but we assume it has something to do with why the dwarves were banished.
The attack on the blimp was an attempt to kill Stenar, then.
Sad. We knew Stenar would try to contact Bates, and Bates has enough wealth and power to make problems for us.
Okay, there it is.
He could possibly have even purchased himself enough mages to shore up the wards for years to come.
See, why are those dialogue options, it's an either or? Because you saw before when I went through those, I picked the first one instead of the second one. And it invalidated the second one. So it routed me straight back to the third, the using Bates in your scheme was a stroke of genius. But it's not critical information, I admit. Presumably, if it was critical information, well, I would sure hope that they include it in the pool of information. But, like, you had a voice actor of all the limited voice acting lines, wouldn't you want them all to be heard, if at all possible? They're all relevant. If they're not relevant, you shouldn't have had them record them. These clearly are, so Why would you not include the content therein? I mean, even if it's just for flavor. Flavor is important. This is a fucking RPG. This is what it's all about. This game isn't about the combat. It's about the story. It's about the story and the characters, at least in theory. So why would you give me the option to ever only learn part of this one way or another? I mean, that's why I keep reloading and going through this, is because I know this game well enough at this point. I know Troika well enough at this point to know they do this. I just don't understand why.
What did he...
Let's try one more. I think there's one more line of inquiry that I haven't tried. And then we'll save again, hopefully with a non-combat version.
When my
so we can
guards
have one of
informed
each.
me a foot soldier of the Malokian Hand was here to see me, I couldn't guess what you could possibly have to speak with me about.
I've come to talk about your banishment of the dwarves.
What concern are a bunch of inbred dwarves to you? You should be out hunting down that blimp survivor instead of wasting my time, assassin.
BMC directly relates to our search for the blimp survivor.
I think you are searching for anything to excuse the Hand's inability to locate the survivor.
More effective when we are given all necessary
And
information.
what do you what
There's a
could a
link.
possible link have to do with finding and eliminating this? The
Praise
only
mind.
link between them would be information that the escaped dwarf passed to the survivor.
What is the nature?
We cannot be sure, obviously, but we assume it has something to do with why the dwarves were banished to the void. Sadly, Stenar, the dwarf from the blimp, was
Attack on
one
the
of the
blimp
most
was an attempt to
skilled.
kill
We knew
Stenar.
Stenar would try to contact Bates, and Bates has enough wealth and
Why
power
did
to
they
make
send
problems for us.
orc assassins
He
instead
could
of
possibly have even
or
purchased
orc
himself enough mages to
terrorists
shore
instead
up the
of
wards for years to
trying to
come.
recapture him?
All you need to know is that they... What did he...
Okay, so I'm gonna look up what remains here and what the outcomes are, and then decide whether to go with the combat exit or the non-combat exit, because I can clearly do this through nothing more than half-hearted subterfuge. I mean, I've got two dwarves in my party. I don't know why that doesn't come up. I guess they couldn't be bothered to program anything extra in or invalidate your run based on who you have in the party. But you'd at least think the guy outside could go, "The fuck do you have dwarves for? If we ever see you back here, we'll kill you." And then you have to, like, remedy that somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one it bothers. So, open up Senang and the first Panari Temple pages and check these. There's seriously nothing in Senang. Okay, there's more details I don't want to read because they're spoilers for what's about to happen. If you're not persuasive, then you can kill Mingarad and learn about the BMC doors from a note on a corpse. Okay, I guess that's what that was. Let's just, for the sake of completion, let's reload that one and read it. Just to see what's... I'm sure it's nothing really noteworthy, huh? Sinners escaped from the void using the unfinished gate pushed our timetable back a fair amount. The dwarves are now being worked twice as hard to facilitate the imminent return of Aranax. Please report on your progress in regards to the Vendigroth matter. We must destroy the device in order to ensure the success of our plan. The Vendigroth matter. Huh. Did that come up outside of... Okay. If you're evil, then you can offer to join up with the Dark Elves. Mengarad won't quite trust you, and she'll give you quests to slaughter the town of Stillwater. That shouldn't be too difficult, and it will earn you a fate point. Plus, you earn about 16,000 experience when you return to Mengarad. She'll then tell you about the BMC and ask that you meet up with the High Priest Kanhua in the First Panari Temple. Okay. Apparently this quest, if you go evil, it also invalidates a bunch of quest lines that I don't even know about yet. Which is just great. Okay. Let's go with... Let's go with this option. I can always come back and kill them, right? Okay, I know who you are. The man before you is thin, wiry, with gray wolfish eyes. He fingers a dagger on his belt. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? The man laughs. You wear the amulet of the Malokian hand. You show no respect to your master? I have no masters. You obviously know nothing of the hand traditions. Haha, a valiant attempt, my friend. I'd have done the same thing myself had I been in your position. His face goes still. And now, I know that my ruse hadn't worked. Did you really think the hand wouldn't recognize its prey? We've been looking for you for a long time, stranger. So, you know who I am. Who are you? He bows slightly. I am Gideon Lair, first blade of the Malokian hand. I have sought you for a long time, and here you are, having walked into my very arms. Interesting indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm curious. Why did the Malokian hand want to kill me? Why else? We are assassins, my friend. We have been contracted to kill you. Is there anything else that need be said? Well, why? What did I do? Sadly, you've done nothing at all. The original contract was for a dwarf named Stenar Rockcutter, who was posing as a gnome when he boarded the IFS Zephyr. You spoke to the dwarf. Okay, so here's the same information I was complaining about that she potentially didn't give. You spoke to the dwarf, and so involved yourself in his affairs. We have been hunting you ever since. So why did the Dark Elves want to kill Stenar Rockcutter? It is not important to me. The Hand are assassins. We provide a service, which we perform very well. And we are paid for that service upon completion of our contract. Nothing else is important, my friend. The Hand has no conscience or morality. We are death. That death has now come to you. The Hand hasn't always been this way. He gives you a hard look. What could you possibly know of the Hand, stranger? We have been assassins for more than 1,000 years. Our record is immaculate. Our techniques, those of the oldest masters. You don't know us at all. I know of the Darien Ka, Gideon. I know why the Hand left them. What? How could you? You know nothing. A mere scrap of information. An old name. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. Yes, Gideon, I do. Tell him of the book Joachim sent you. He is silent for a long time. So you do know of our history. You may very well be the only living person outside of the Hand who knows these things. That we once served such evil ends is a shame to us. Why was the Hand so shamed? Do you have any idea what sort of monster that Kurgan the Terrible was? He discovered all of the dark necromantic arts. He used to experiment on living souls, killing them and then raising them from the dead. The Darien Ka were his evil prodigy, and we served them unquestioningly for 500 years. We had never been told of what Kurgan had done. And then your leader, Trillian, found something. Yes, it is said that he found the writings of Kurgan, which described in detail the experiments he used to perform on his victims. It made Trillian sick with revulsion and despair. He vowed to destroy the Darien Ka no matter what the cost. I think I read the Journal of Kurgan. What? Where did you find it? It was in the caverns of the Stonecutter clan. Tell him. Interesting. You seem to know much. Gideon looks troubled. Tell me, what is it you're doing here? What brings you to the village of the Dark Elves? It would seem the last place you'd want to be. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, right? Like, he was relishing in the potential of killing me a little too much, but like, when you do a job for a long time, maybe you get a little overzealous. And when faced with the reality that he knows but has sort of willingly forgotten, he seems genuinely remorseful and potentially convertible. I'm not going to walk away. I'm not going to kill him. I think this is dismissive. I don't think it hurts to tell him. Who's he going to tell? Someone I can't kill? So far, I haven't found anyone, except for perhaps Aranax, who can't be defeated with gun bullet full of knife to the face. So let's just tell him. So Aranax is coming back, and it seems the Dark Elves are helping him to do so. Anger flares in his eyes. And once again, the Hand is being used for evil purposes. That will no longer be the case. He glances towards the home of Mingorod. And as for you, I am deeply sorry. The Hand will bother you no more. Thank you, Gideon. Good luck to you. We won't be seeing each other again. He looks around furtively. I recommend you leave here as soon as you're done with your business. Goodbye, Gideon. Where is he going? Oh, he just booked it out of here. Okay. I thought he was going to go in there and kill her. Little surprised he didn't. Huh. I'm a little bit curious. We're going to save and reload. Because I'm a little bit curious what happens if you talk to him having just killed her. Save 495. And load 493. Interesting that two guards out here are not. I guess nothing's different. Huh. Huh. Or at least nothing that I saw skimming. Well... Now the question is, do I want to free those orcs? Strictly speaking, I don't know that it makes a big difference. But I do feel a little bad for them. The downside would be if they kill everyone. Well, I guess there's nobody else of note here. Let's see if they kill... what's-her-face? Because if they don't kill her... Zaan Alarine. If they don't kill her, I kind of don't care. And I'm kind of curious what they'll say. I've killed your master. You big warrior, make Mog happy. Thrall and Lung happy too, thank you much. We make sure all bad elf dead now. Bye-bye. Why did they attack us? What? And where do they get these? Fuck it. I don't have time to ask questions. Okay. Let's go outside.
Excuse me. I have something I need to talk with you about.
Yes, Virgil, what is it?
I have to leave. There's something I need to do. Something I should have done a long time ago.
What are you talking about, Virgil?
Listen, I'm sorry things have to be this way. I stayed with you as long as I could. I tried to forget. But it burns within me. Won't leave me alone. I have to go to Caledon. If I can, I'll return to you. If not, well, I wish you the best of luck.
Virgil, please, just tell me. Let me help. You whiny bitch.
I'm sorry. I have no choice. I can no longer live with it. I must go and do what must be done. Farewell, living one.
What is this soap opera garbage? Virgil, wait!
Forgive me, but I must go.
Well, next time on Arcanum, I suppose we'll figure out where he's going and why he's so eager to get there. Stupid Virgil.